Energy capture and use have far-reaching environmental consequences. Greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, contribute to global warming. In 2015, 146 countries at the UN Climate Change Conference in Paris made binding commitments to protect the climate, to limit impacts on it. Germany has also set demanding goals, in particular in relation to the transition to renewable energies. However, the conversion to CO2-free energy provision is creating new energy landscapes, causing new conflicts with the environment and society. The Helmholtz Center for Environmental Research, the UFZ, is monitoring this conversion process in the Energy Land Use project. The transition to renewable energy is, above all, a transition in land use. It is giving rise to local interactions and conflicts with residents, industry, nature conservation, and others. For example, wind power stations inconvenience residents by producing noise or casting shadows. Bird strikes also affect protected species, such as red kites. Since 1995, the number of wind turbines in Germany has increased almost tenfold. Solar parks are also taking up more and more space. As well as these new environmental impacts, researchers are also studying sustainable energy supplies from renewable sources. In this context, modeling is becoming particularly important for developing new concepts for using different spaces. Monitoring and modeling the generation of renewable energies are very important for checking whether the desired effects will be achieved or adjustments are needed. However, electricity is not the only renewable energy. As we transition to renewable energies, it is becoming increasingly necessary to also consider the interactions with heating and transport. The use of bioenergy plays a key role in this respect. For this reason, a strategic cooperation has been set up with the German Biomass Research Center, examining the potential of power plant technologies in more detail. For example, research is being carried out in the German Biomass Research Center's biogas research plant into ways to continue generating biogas if the wind stops blowing or there is no sunshine, how much technical work this would involve and how much biogas would actually be obtained. This information flows directly into our models. As well as relying on technical innovations, the transition to renewable energies cannot succeed without acceptance by the population. A new market design or the digitalization of trade, e.g. on the EPEX electricity stock exchange, also affect success. Transport and heating also need to use renewables. To ensure that the transition to renewable energies is successful, clever cooperation is required among many stakeholders. Where should new plants be located, and who should determine how this is achieved? At the UFZ, we are researching aspects such as improving coordination between German government and federal states. This requires legal, economic and social science expertise, which also comes together in the UFZ Energy Land Use project. Researchers are already able to pass on valuable recommendations to the government and authorities. These include recommendations for further development of the energy management system, the funding scheme for renewable energies, or support in the German Bioeconomy Council. UFZ researchers are thus paving the way for an environmentally and socially acceptable transition to regenerative energies in Germany. Although great progress has been made here in the expansion of renewable energies, there is still a very long way to go. Successful approaches call for close cooperation between different disciplines under a single roof and thinking beyond the transition to renewables. Because this is just the start. Our entire resource consumption is under investigation. Alternative ways of obtaining building materials and chemicals based on renewable resources are also called for to achieve sustainable economies. Coming together to consider these aspects logically is the task of the Energy Land Use project.
Energy Land Use.